Welcome back to The Explainer. So today we're tackling something that is honestly pretty tough, but absolutely vital. We're breaking down the real, measurable psychological patterns that just quietly eat away at our mental health. We're going to map out exactly when it's time to cut contact and step away. Yes, even if that person is family. Let's get right into it.
Have you ever felt completely emotionally exhausted after talking to someone, but you kind of just couldn't explain why? It's a huge struggle for so many of us. We often stay connected out of guilt, or maybe a shared history, or just holding out hope that things will get better. But the harsh reality? Not every relationship is actually meant to last, especially when it's actively harming you.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand what's happening, we need to clearly define what a toxic behavioral pattern actually is. And the magic word here is consistent. Look, we aren't talking about a random, isolated emotional outburst or someone just having a rough Tuesday. We're diagnosing objective, deeply consistent, damaging actions that literally chip away at your mental health over time.
All right, moving to sign number 1, they constantly disrespect your boundaries.
A consistent refusal to honor your personal limits is, well, it's a massive red flag. Think about it. In a healthy relationship, a simple no is accepted as a complete sentence, right? But a toxic dynamic, that flips the script entirely. They view your boundaries not as limits to be respected, but as annoying little obstacles they just need to push past. If your no is always being negotiated or just straight up ignored, that's a total structural failure in the relationship.
Which brings us right to sign number 2. You feel drained every single time you interact.
If you're dealing with constant emotional exhaustion, leaving you confused and just endlessly questioning yourself, I really want to reassure you right now. This drain isn't all in your head. Feeling constantly exhausted around someone is actually a prime psychological indicator of toxicity. It's literally your body's alarm system screaming that this dynamic is fundamentally unsafe.
Okay, sign number 3. They manipulate you with guilt or fear.
Now, what's really interesting here is how individuals weaponize your own emotions just to maintain control over you. They'll leverage your shared history, they'll pile on the guilt, or they'll try to create this intense fear of abandonment. Basically, manipulators take your absolute best qualities, like your empathy and your loyalty, and they twist them into tools to keep you trapped. It's wild.
Moving right along to sign number 4, the relationship is completely one-sided.
There's a stark, undeniable difference between mutual effort and a totally parasitic dynamic. A healthy connection, it's always reciprocal. It's a two-way street. But what we're looking at here is a dynamic where one person just constantly takes. They take your energy, your time, your support, while you're expected to endlessly give without your own needs ever being considered.
And finally, sign number 5, nothing changes, even after you communicate.
So, the crucial point is, this is frequently the most ignored warning of all, but it is absolutely the ultimate breaking point. We're talking about a complete refusal to change behavioral patterns, even after honest, open communication. Look, if you clearly explain how a problem negatively affects you and absolutely nothing changes, that pattern is permanent. Their refusal to adjust is all the answer you need. It's time to walk away.
I want to wrap up this explainer with this exact thought from the material. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. Cutting contact, even with family members, is a totally valid and healthy choice when these 5 signs are present. It's not being mean, it's an act of self-preservation. So taking a hard look at the patterns we just broke down, who in your life might you need to start setting boundaries with today?